I live inside my own world of make-believe.
Welcome, fellow Fusioners. Carrot King here, and today we are playing Vendread with Predaplant. So basically, this deck actually has some pretty good synergy because you don't necessarily need your normal summon, since you're ritual summoning usually. Also, you ritual summon from the graveyard or the hand, so fusion summoning using your Klima still allows you to ritual summon the ritual you send to the graveyard. So generally you just start off with your Klima and ritual your Slayer or any other ritual monster into the grave, which you can then use to ritual summon, because all of your ritual spells can ritual summon a monster in the grave. So the whole deck, if you don't know about Vendreads, works around Slayer. Or Slayer, and any of your ritual monsters in the graves. Basically, Slayer is the main one you want to get around, because you can actually protect Slayer and Executor with your ritual spell, but you can't protect any other Vendread ritual monster. So you have to be careful on which ones you have. Vendread's really good because he's the only one that floats just by ritual summoning right off the bat. Basically, once per battle, if it battles an opponent's monster, you can, during the damage step, banish your zombie monster from the graveyard, and this card gains 300 attack, so it's a quick effect. You can use it multiple times, but usually you would use it once, because your Vendread Knights lets you attack more than once in situations. Then if this ritual summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one ritual spell from your deck to your hand, and if you do, send one Vendread monster from your deck to the graveyard. So this lets you send anything you need to be able to ritual summon out your other guys later. Besides that, we have Vendread Executor, which works very well with Master of Rites 2. Basically, his whole effect is you can ritual summon this card with any Vendread ritual. This card's name becomes Slayer, so he's a Slayer on the field. And then while this ritual summon card is on the field, your opponent cannot target cards you control with card effects except for this card. So basically that means if you have this on the field, they can't target anything else with spells, trap, or monster effects, including your Master of Rites 2, your spell. And your spell will protect all of your monsters by monster targeting. So you can only target this card with spell and trap effects, kind of locking your opponent, but not completely. And then you can protect it with your Origin if you need other protection too. Besides that, we have Vendread Battlelord. This one helps you push for game, push past certain things. Basically, I forgot to go over the other effect. Basically, this one has it where if this ritual summon card is destroyed by battle or is destroyed by an opponent's card effects, you can ritual summon off Slayer, but you can't ritual summon off Executor for this effect. You can add one Vendread card from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effective Vendread Executor once per turn. So it adds one card. That's pretty good because you can, you can search the ritual spell that you want, Origin, which is pretty good. So both these can search your Origin, which is what you want to do, essentially. So you can keep ritual summoning out your guys. Vendread Battlelord. Okay. So this one has it. You can banish one Vendread card from your graveyard and declare one type of card, monster, spell, or trap. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects of that type. If this ritual summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one ritual monster from your deck to your hand. And if you do, send one Vendread monster from your deck to the graveyard. So its dying effect isn't the best because you basically just add a ritual monster to hand. But you can banish something to set up your graveyard by having it where you can turn off your Karibo or traps or anything. They can respond to your activation, so they can flip your guy face down with Canadia or destroy it with like Raigeki Break. But it's pretty good for battle safety if you want to play around certain cards. Besides that, we were running Revenants and Hound Horde. Actually, I'm going to go over the ritual spells before I go over this. Vendread Origin. You can use this. This card can be used to ritual summon any Vendread ritual monster from your hand or graveyard. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field, and/or banish zombie monsters from your graveyard, or banish zombie monsters from your graveyard whose levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster. So you can actually reuse things over and over again. If Vendread Slayer, so multiple protects 2, you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead, so it protects your monsters by battle and destruction. So that's why you want to run around Slayer. Slayer is your main monster, and Battlelord helps back you up. Vendread Evolution is very good card. Works better with because all the your Battlelord and Executor you destroyed by battle your opponent's card effect. Evolution will destroy your monster during your opponent's end phase, so it's better with Slayer if your opponent doesn't end up removing it from the field. So basically, but you can do fun play with this and Origin. So Evolution basically lets you have it where you can ritual summon any Vendread ritual monster from your hand or graveyard, normal effect. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field, and or send one Vendread monster from your deck to your graveyard, whose total levels equal the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. So you're able to add multiple, so you're able to use one thing from deck, so you can either use 7 for 7, 8 for 8, 6 for 6. You can have 4 on hand or field and use 3 from your deck. So there's a lot of ways you can use Evolution, but you can use material from your deck, which is very vital, because you don't need to waste too many cards in your hand. And it has this ritual summon, sent to the graveyard. And then whose levels? The ritual summon monster is destroyed during the end phase of the next turn. So that's your opponent's turn. If you summon it during your turn, you can only activate one Vendread evolution per turn. So you don't get the Origin. Origin does not have that restriction, so you can only use one evolution, but you can use all 3 Origins in a turn if you are able. So the main focus of the deck, first I'm going to go with this first. Vendread Knights basically has it where you can discard one card, any card, from your add one Vendread monster from your deck to your hand, so you can search a ritual monster for missing it. It only searches monsters, so you can't search the ritual spells. That's why it's cool we're running the Predaplant, so if you don't draw a ritual spell, you can play with these instead for a little bit. The Vendread Knights has it where when your Vendread monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can banish one Vendread monster from your graveyard. It can attack an opponent's monster again in a row. So it's a monster double attack effect, not too relevant, but you can end up using it. So it's pretty interesting. Besides that, we are running, of course, Vendread Revenants at 1 and Vendread Hound Horde at 1. These cards you really want to run at least one of. You can search them with your knights, search them, and then you can send them to the graveyard by your evolution and other effects. So basically, Revenants has the effect. The most important thing is each of these, first off, I'm going to go over, has an effect when they're used to ritual summon while they're on the field. You have to make sure they're on the field. So if you send them to the grave from the deck, it doesn't give you the same effect. They have to be on the field physically before you can get the effect by ritual summoning them off. So Revenants basically has it where your Vendread ritual monster using this card in the field gains this effect if you ritual summon with it. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls, banish it. So your turn you banish the monster they control, their turn you banish one, your turn you banish one. Very powerful effect. So that lets you disrupt their monsters, and you have Hound Horde, which lets you disrupt back row. If you use this ritual summon while it's on the field, you can use the effect once per turn, quick effect. You can target one spell or trap card your opponent controls and banish it. So basically you have monster and spell and trap removal, very powerful in this deck. Plus you have your Predaplant, giving some pretty fun things overall. So both your monsters have an ability to come back onto the field. Revenants has the effect where if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, either a battle or card effect, and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So not the best effect off the fact that you have to get him on the field either way, so you have to draw him to be able to get his effect off. But Hound Horde, if you get in the grave by any means, has the effect where, if this card is in your graveyard, you can discard one Vendread card, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So this one actually lets you be able to discard a ritual monster, get yourself back on the field, and you can ritual summon the monster you discarded. So it has a lot of good synergy with the deck, and then you can banish back row with it, so it's a lot more consistent. We're running the Vendread Knights so we can get the Revenants a little more in our hand without working with 3 of these. Then we're running 3 Predaplant Climas. We can fusion summon into our Fleecia and disrupt more of their plays. They have to use their removal on it, not using their removal on our Vendread Slayer. Alrighty, well, hope you enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe and let me know what kind of decks you want to see in the future. I appreciate you guys. That's the deck. Now the gameplay. Alrighty, going second. Oh, they're on rank up. Ew. I need another monster though. This one is It can exceed. Cool. Ooh, no. Evil Eye. I think it's alright because I have Hound Horde. Cardolia. See what he search. Okay, yeah, he has Celine. And a face down. Oof. Evolution. Okay. So I think I want to start with evolution. So we can set up some stuff. Let's see if we can bait it out right now. I don't think he has the card I'm thinking it is. So let's see here. So what do we want? I guess we can do 4. Let's try it. Origin. Evil Eye defeat. Oof. It's once per turn though, right? Yeah. I'm actually just gonna hit him. I think I like this idea. Wait, what did I not take the damage? Oh, I don't take battle damage. Oh, that's right. Cage protects me from battle damage. So his life points are getting low. Confrontation is face up or face down? Once power trap. Okay, so he can actually do it. That's annoying. No, it's costing him life points, so. Okay. I mean. Okay. Oh. Ooh, okay. Let's do this. Yeah, that works. That's fine. Yeah. No, this is fine. I'm not even using Clammy yet. So I got so quiet. I was thinking about what I had to do. So I'm going to use Summon Grave using Hand. It's not just attack per game. Woo! Works for me. Ooh. Yeah, I had to think about that because I'm like, okay, so I don't get attacked, now it can bounce me. I was trying to see how I could do it where I could force it out and summon Predaplant, but I couldn't. It couldn't end up doing that, so I just ritual summoned. And he should have honestly waited until after the ritual summon. Because he would have had a choice, but then I could have chained Banish, which is what he was afraid of. That's why he chained right away. He didn't want his Celine banished. Alrighty, well, that worked out pretty well. So, next game. Already going second. Life point boost A. Okay. I like this hand. It's like a Battle Lord play. So I'm Battle Lord using Origin, Retributing Executor. Ooh, nope, we got Slayer, never mind. Actually, I still want a Executor. So I don't see any response from him. I'm pretty sure a Battle Lord. Yeah, Battle Lord just OTK. Yeah, that was better. So we want to banish Executor and traps. Battle. Chimera Fleecia. And Battle Lord. Yep, there we go. There we go. That's a pretty good example showing what you can do. How sending to the grave doesn't kill it. You can still ritual summon with it. Alrighty, well, next game. Going second. Oh, this person's in Legend 5, so they really want to win then. Oof. What is this hand? To be honest, if I see if I see Slayer, I basically win with this hand. Basically, not guaranteed. So now I use Knights. Send Slayer of Slayer. Oof, okay. I didn't want that anyway. I don't run back row. That's probably like the best he could use for it. Oh, it's a ritual mirror match. Not necessarily a Vendread deck, but Magician of Chaos. Okay. Oh, wait, he doesn't ritual summon. And I draw Slayer. GG. So I have Knights. So Evolution. 1 for 1. Origin. Let's get protection. Let's see, so I'll add... I already used Evolution, so I need this one. I guess sending the grave best would be probably Battle Lord. I use Knights. Activate Knights. Discard 1. Search for Battle Lord. Use Battle Lord. It's probably safest. Origin, Battle Lord for Battle Lord. Battle Lord's just so strong. I don't see any responses, so it looks like battle traps. It's the same thing as last time. Attack. And no response. Cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Pretty strong Battle Lord plays, I think, overall. So you definitely had some kind of trap back row for both these last two games. Well, I hope you enjoyed. That deck is pretty fun. Predaplants work pretty well in the deck, so you don't really normal summon. It's just hard to fit room because there's so many... Rituals require so many ritual-specific cards, so... But it worked out, so... I hope you enjoyed. Keep fusioning. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what kind of decks you want to see in the future. Appreciate you guys. Keep fusioning. Let's go Slash.
Hush.